Hey everybody, this is Jesse here. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is going to be a recap of my week 10 strength training session. There you go. How about that? And then I'm going to do a little bit of a recap as well as some of this hip imbalance work that I've been doing to make sure that I'm pain-free when I deadlift. What I've kind of found and discovered and have known and not known over the years is kind of like staying kind of open to concepts and making sure that I'm not kind of just falling into ruts is one of those things in strength training, as well as just kind of any discipline, is making sure you're keeping that growth mindset, not getting too fixed. And it's certainly easy to kind of fall into patterns and things like that. So one of the things that I'm doing, trying to do a little bit more, is moving from a general to a specific warm-up for my workouts. I really have enjoyed kind of just doing a full-on warm-up for my movements over the years, and it's given me a lot of success. And now I think that I'm trying to accomplish some higher weights, heavier work. As you get heavier, it feels like there is the imbalances might start to shine through. So what I'm working on now is in my warm-up trying to highlight those imbalances and then address them so I can have a pain-free lift and a pain-free next few days. So with the conventional deadlift, basically what I was trying to do is kind of just go through and assess my hips before the session. So making sure I had internal and external hip rotation. I had lateral and single leg hip stability, and checking on my ankles to make sure that they were okay. And just kind of did my warm-up based upon those findings, and that was really helpful. I'll do another video on kind of that, breaking that down a little bit more clearly. And then I just basically put 205 on the bar, and I wanted to hit some sets of 3. And I did some videos for some friends to give me some critiques to make sure that the deadlifts were looking okay. I was really pretty happy with the form. I was really enjoying my hip height, and everything felt pretty locked in. So what I did in between sets was just double check on that mobility and double check on that stability, and it turned out to be a pretty good lift. I think with a conventional deadlift, for me, what I want to do is just kind of keep the sets and the reps, at 15 or less, and total reps, and then keeping my reps between 1 and 3. I feel like I don't necessarily need to be doing anything over 3 on those, maybe 4, and maybe 5 if I'm really feeling feisty, but it feels like that seems to be right. I can keep that tightness, I can work on that stuff, and I can hold it all together to get the maximum gains, because honestly, the pressing through the floor, it's a great lift for generally just getting stronger overall. So that's kind of why I'm doing it. And then what we did on the second half of the lift was the upper body work. And typically I do barbell overhead press, but I felt like mixing it up today. And my client Walter called this scale the mountain. So basically what we do is these are all kettlebells. So a 30-pound kettlebell, a 35-pound kettlebell, a 45-pound kettlebell, and a 55-pound kettlebell. And this is 10, 5, 3, 2. So I kind of mess that up. It should be scale the mountain. So you should go up and then down. Oh, well, that's what I did. So I went up, basically I went 30, 35, 45, 50, and in between those, I'm doing one arm presses, 5 push-ups. So that gives me a total of 20 push-ups on the way up and 20 presses. And then on the way back down, it's 20 presses and 20 push-ups. Now that was super fun, and shout out to Walter, called Scale the Mountain. Awesome workout, feel good, feel nice and pumped as well. So keep the weights appropriate and do 5 push-ups in between each, bilateral set. So you do a clean press, do your 10, switch clean press, overhead 10, in between do 5 push-ups, and that was great. All the way down, all the way back up. So awesome workout. Feeling good, feeling positive, and happy to make progress.